Ni hao. I am going to make an English language video this time. This is by request to share how I did packing for a 10-day trip in the south of France and in Iceland. Just one overnight and part of the day in Iceland. Most of the time was in France, where I was expecting it to be, at least in the 70s. And in Iceland, I was expecting down in the low 50s overnight, maybe low 60s during the day. So how did I manage that in this backpack? And there's actually a good bit of space in this one right now. I actually repacked it the way that I packed it for the trip. So I'll show the kinds of things I actually bring and why I have them. And if I have a name brand, I'll share it. But just to clarify, I am not making any money off this video. So none of these products are something that I'm officially sponsoring or anything like that. If any of them want to contact me and do that, maybe we'll talk about it. But I'm happy with them, so I'm happy to say the names of some of the things. So first off, you wear your biggest clothes. And so I had these pants. They're like travel pants with super duper pockets. I've had them for over 10 years and they still last. This is a North Face. So back in the day when I bought these, I really felt like this was a big splurge to buy these pants new. But they work great for travel and they roll up small. So if you do need to tuck them away into a bag later on in the trip, you can. This worked great for Iceland as well as France. They have buttons so you can roll them up to about the knee. And so they can be like long shorts or full pants, and those are great. And then I had wool products for the other shirts. So I had one sweater thing. This is an Icebreaker brand cardigan, black. That's wool, but it's really soft wool. It's supposed to keep smell down and not have bacterial problems and stuff. This one too. This one is from Wool X, however you say it. And so those got a lot of reuse. They also dry very fast. So if you do need to wash them, those dry great. And they were good for planes and airports, and having sleeves and pants in an airport is good, especially if you think you might get stuck in the airport and have to sleep on the floor. It's happened in that outfit. The other thing was I wear my bigger shoes, and I wear kind of tennis shoes. So these are kind of summery tennis shoes. They were super. And they worked just fine for Iceland. The other thing that I wear rather than pack is a pair of long compression socks. And I just got these recently. Let's see if I know what brand it is. Oh, over here maybe. Sockwell. Yeah, I can't even remember where I got them, but these worked great. My feet swell on planes. I don't know why. It started when I was 17. It's not my age. But long flights, I really appreciate those. So all of those are great. And then I had a hat. So if I was outside, I had that. But this is a crushable hat. So you don't have to worry about it. I can stick it in here, and I often did. The other thing is this bag was my personal bag. This was my carry-on bag. This typically fits in an overhead bin with ease and under a seat, as long as the seat's not too small, or as long as the overhead bin isn't too small. So it fits one of those two places in any plane that I have been in the past few months. So this actually has stuff in it, but I actually have enough space in this bag where I was able to fit all these things into pockets in the bag, and this bag itself could be in there. So if I needed just one item, I could do that. But this is way easier to have it here like this. So what is in the personal bag? I'll start there, and then we'll do the other bag. So this is a cool bag that I don't think they're produced anymore. It's called, oh, there's a tag in here. Yep, Storage Sense Travel brand. My mom gave it to me, like somebody gave it to her when she was teaching, I think, as a teacher bag. What's cool is it's got like a little thing here, and I had a whistle. So that was ready, like a loud whistle, like that kind of whistle. And then I would stick like a couple Band-Aids here and a tissue, and my cell phone was sometimes in here, or sometimes my passport while I was walking through lines. I don't like to keep it out there except when I've got my eye on it. But this was great because it was a nice shoulder bag, and I used it with my computer in it when I was walking around for a conference in France. So inside here, plastic water bottle that is wide-mouthed. I make tea in here. You can have coffee in here. It's made to not have a problem with being hot. It's supposed to be the kind that is, I forget, the kind of plastic that's safe to drink from without leaching, supposedly. I've had it for a long time. It's been great. One of the other nice things is you can fill up the water, stick it in here, and because this zips, it was my footrest on the plane. So I could cover everything up, but having that water bottle, I had something to rest my ankles on and kept my feet off the ground, which also helps reduce swelling and help me sleep better. Another thing that was in here while I was traveling, this is like a piece of cloth that I got in Hawaii when I was in my 20s, a long time ago. And then it's rubber banded so it doesn't come undone. But it's just a roll of some kind of lightweight fabric, thinking that I might need that on the plane. I could also use it as like a skirt or a cover-up at other times, like a robe kind of thing or a swimsuit cover-up. It could actually work as a skirt if you needed to. It could work as a picnic blanket or like a shade provider just with some sticks on it or anything like that. So I thought that's good to have ready. And then this little thing was, I guess this is still in the category of wearable. So this is one that goes around your waist, like so, and then you flip it, and then you put your shirt over it. So then it hides things like your money and I put credit cards in there, my ID in there, my passport was usually here, money in U.S. cash, and then in whatever currency I was changing it over to, so that I had two pockets for that. So that just helps me feel a little more at ease. I know that my money and my ID are on me, and I won't lose them that way. What else is in the carry-on? Something analog to do. So something that doesn't depend on your phone or your phone battery that you can do while you're sitting in an airport. And this was a cross-stitch project that I've been working on. So inside here, I have the cross-stitch thread and the pattern. This is where it comes into, like, you personalize it. You have something that you would enjoy doing, a little book of Sudoku games, a journal that's small enough to write in, something that you can do while you're waiting around that it doesn't require battery. Then a little note paper, some pens here. The nice thing about these pockets is they keep everything organized on the inside. It's really nice. I had a couple snack things in here as well, which I don't any longer, but this is another one of the key things for on a flight, and worked very nicely in Iceland, where it probably got bright really early, but I was asleep. I didn't know. So this is a night hood, Nitehood, night hood, and I often will just lay it over my eyes, like so, but on the plane, I actually put it on, so here we go, like that. And so you can keep the you can keep the light of the plane from affecting your sleep. It's really, it keeps your eyes dark and it stays put. It's better, in my opinion, than an eye mask would be. And I could roll it up and have it ready to go real quick. This was a neck pillow. Let's see, this one is Eagle Creek Exhale Neck Pillow. It was something I got off eBay after a recommendation from a friend. So I'll show you why it's so cool, because this one is worth it. This was a great neck pillow, and it blows up extremely fast. There's a cover that I think you can actually remove. Yeah, you can actually remove this kind of vinyl and slightly soft, fuzzy cover. And then the one problem was getting the little thing open, but once you get that open, it is easy enough to do. So the valve is great, so you can really quickly let the air out, and you can really quickly fill it. So, I mean, that's just one breath. You can imagine the rest, I'm sure. And it folds up nice and small like that. And you just push your finger there, and all the air will come out of it quite easily. That's huge. I've had inflatable neck pillows before that take a long time and a lot of breath, and then they're hard to get the air back out of. This was quick both ways, and it was a good shape for me. I think a lot of these are made for somebody bigger, maybe. I'm kind of petite. This really seemed to work quite nicely. I actually slept on the plane and got decent sleep, enough to feel rested. I think that's it for inside this bag. So there's the daily carry bag and the personal item on the plane. So now we get the fun part, backpack. So this is a Swiss Gear backpack that I got at a secondhand store. I got it at a Salvation Army, maybe at a Goodwill. I forget. They're right next door to each other. So this has a nice little thing. You can hang a thing on there too. Didn't need it for this trip, but there's all these like little places to hook things, which are cool. I could put my water bottle in here if I wanted, or I could carry a bottle that I bought, which I did as I was walking around. Knew I was going to be walking all day in Paris and all day in Iceland, and didn't want to have anything that I had to pull. I wanted to walk with everything I had with me, and so this is key. And I didn't want anything to be checked either, obviously. So yeah, this pocket is like feminine, we'll say. Just a word to women. Moon cups. Moon cups. Look that up. Let's see. Over here was like snack foods, and one of the things you need to know is what are your own comforts. And so for me, this is simulating the kind of tea packs I had with me. I used them all, almost all. So I had like stevia sweetener and little tea packs that I could make in the hotel rooms as long as it had a water heater. And then this was milk tea that I brought as well. Huge things for my daily comfort, improving that a lot, having something like that. So if you have a favorite food, you have a favorite little knick-knack that just is fun for you to see while you're traveling, bring it. And stick it somewhere you can easily find it and it won't get in the way of other stuff. So, front pocket up here. Microfiber washcloth. It's not huge. It's actually a towel, like a hand towel that got it cut in half. This is huge. I learned that if you get stuck in an airport, one of the things you're going to want to be able to do is wipe your face and wash it really well, and not just with a paper towel. So this was great for that, but it's also good in a country like France where they don't use washcloths. They use like a hand glove type thing, but they don't provide them in the hotels. You have to bring those. So this is great for that, and it dries very fast, within hours. Little makeup kit. So like all of these are, this is travel only. So it's smaller stuff, smaller brushes, all of that. Key. This is a security device for a hotel room. What's it called? Gatekeeper by Sabre. It is an on-off switch back here. If I were to push this now, the noise would be so loud, it would be shocking. I'm not going to do it. But it's a door stopper, so you can use it like a door stop as long as it's in the off position. But if you have it in the on and somebody tries to push open your door, it will set off this really loud alarm. The whole floor is going to hear about it. So it just adds a little sense of feeling a little more secure. Little things to eat, Band-Aids, a little extra trash bag in case you need it, snack foods, cough drop, that was not a snack food. Let's see, so those are those things that are like not clothes, but might be needed to get to pretty quickly, pretty easily. The other kind of stuff you might need to get to fairly easily, I put up here. So little hand wipes. The other thing I have right here. So the regular toiletries I stuck in this little pocket up here. So there's soap and contact lens stuff because I wear them. Eye drops because I get very red eyes if I get not enough sleep. So that goes in somewhere that's going to be scannable and easily pulled out. So you've got your quart container of all the liquids. Travel size of everything is really helpful, but again, it's something you need backup for, so I have extra contact lenses whenever I travel. And then now we're going for, this is like the clothing pocket. And the original shape of this bag had like some kind of layering, like if you were using it as an academic backpack, you could probably put folders and organize them. I actually cut those out of this one because it was getting in the way. I didn't want that stuff. So a travel size brush. Because I was in Iceland, I had a jacket. This is like a really good down to about 35, 40 degrees, kind of a light coat that goes down to about my knees. And it's packed into this gallon bag as a kind of vacuum bag. It's not entirely vacuum pressed right now, but I was simulating it. I see why this one didn't totally seal. But then I sealed it up. I pushed all the air out of it. You can tell probably. And then I taped it down so it wasn't going to expand anymore. I really wanted it as small as possible. It just sat there in the bag the whole time I was in France. Pulled it out when I was getting in the airport to go to Iceland. The other thing that was just Iceland is down here at the bottom. A swimsuit. Ironically, perhaps, but I was going to spend a couple hours at a spa. Basically, that was my trip to Iceland. It was a good choice. I went to Blue Lagoon. Very nice. Also used the gallon bag and then pushed all the air out of it. This then doubled as a wet bag, so I could put the swimsuit in here after I was done and about ready to go onto the plane, and it was all contained right there. I wear glasses. One other pair of shoes, I would put sandals, and I pack them in a bag. These are grocery produce bags, and they work nicely for this kind of purpose. I like that they're partially see-through, so I can remember. Oh yeah, those are the sandals. One of the things that I like is the smell of lavender. These are lavender twigs, so if you see that. And then for clothes, I had this, the thing that I wore, and the little one cardigan sweater. I had one dress that is like wrinkle proof, sleeveless dress that I could then pair up with that if it was cooler. So that worked out great. And it's the kind you don't have to have a slip or anything else. It stays nice. I also had a skirt. There are shorts built into this skirt, and it's super quick dry, kind of polyester, nylon, something like that fabric. This is Bayleaf brand, I think. And I had to look, so I mentioned the brand for this one. This I just happened to get also at a secondhand store. It wasn't like a travel skirt, but it sure works well. It says Max Studio is the brand. Worked great. A t-shirt to sleep in. I then threw away the t-shirt. So this is just a regular cotton shirt that was getting kind of old that I was going to sleep in and get rid of. I also tossed my actual pair of sandals on the way out because they were getting old, a little beat up, a little nasty. I had another wool. This is a sleeveless wool shirt also from Woolx or Woolx. I'm not sure how to say that. And another like a nylon t-shirt thing. So I had the pants, I had the skirt, and then the dress, and let's see, two t-shirt shaped shirts, one sleeveless shirt, one sleeveless dress, and that was plenty. And then, you know, in Iceland I was going to be wearing these, and I had the jacket for that. Socks, couple of just little short socks that I could wear with those tennis shoes, in addition to the ones that I wore on the plane. Underwear, I love packing them into these, by the way. You could keep them neat, like after you have dirty socks or dirty underwear. I don't want them to like spread around in the whole bag. So having one of these emptyable at that point, you can put the dirty ones into that, and you can roll them differently so you can tell. So 4 pair of underwear here, and then wear one more. Bras that I'm not showing to the world, but I do actually keep another bag in here for dirty clothes. And so I think I had 4 bras. And I think that's it for the clothes. So what else is in this little backpack? There are a couple of secret pockets. One back here for the laptop computer, which is recording this video. And then this holds it in place. I put the cables, the power cable in there too. And then this has this nice cool thing about it where you can unzip this pocket and lay them flat so it can scan more easily. And I still want you to pull it out actually, but that's the nice thing about being able to just pull it out from there. This is the key to not having many clothes. So this is a Scrubba brand wash bag. I've had it for years. You add water and soap in there, and there's kind of this ribbed washboard on it. And you press all the air out, squeeze it out of here, roll this up. You've got your water, soapy water, and some of your clothes in there that are dirty. And it actually washes better than our at-home washing machine does. So there's that, and that makes it possible to bring fewer clothes. So quick dry clothes are great. So wash it in here, push all the air out, really get it good and scrubbed. And then I just use this held like this, and I fill it and I rinse twice. So like I scrub around, get all that soapy water out, squeeze the soapy water out, fill some clear water, rinse it twice, and then squeeze as much water out of the clothes as I can, and then roll it in a towel to dry. And these are all clothes that would be dry within a few hours, so that was super. I was teaching, so I had my teacher stuff, a copy of my passport photo back over here, and emergency contact number, and then this is where I put like the cable to charge my phone off of my connection to the computer. And I think that explains the whole of it. So it's taken me years to kind of hone this. I used to pack way too much stuff. I think for me, reducing the clothes that I needed to bring was the big deal. And that Scrubba wash bag was huge in making that possible. And then just knowing which things do you still want to bring, and it's worth bringing, even if somebody else thinks it's a ridiculous thing, but you have a certain kind of gummy bear that you love, and you feel more secure if you know you can just have that little snack, bring that. If you really love to read books and you want the hardcover copy, know that you're going to accommodate that. But yeah, the other thing I had in this on the way out was someone's gifts to bring to someone else. And so I had like over 2 pounds of things that were just gifts for somebody else. So I had enough space on the way back to bring some extra stuff. So I brought back treats and food, and all of this just fit beautifully. So that's it. That's how I packed